Hello everybody and welcome back to Dragon Wing Diamonds. I am here today with a WIP and chat. WIP stands for work in progress, as you see here. And chat, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about my week. And so what are we working on today? We are working on the absolutely beautiful Jellyfish Mermaid by Jamaica Murphy. Absolutely love this kit. It's been such a blast to work on, and it's been so hard like not focusing or yeah, it's been so hard just like not just beelining finishing this kit. So yeah, this is a Diamond Art Club canvas. This is a canvas that was available in the Christmas mystery boxes that they put out, and I got very lucky and got this kit, and this is like the main one I wanted too, so I was so excited. Excuse me, I was so excited. So what am I working with today? So I got my two beautiful pens here. So this one comes from Blue Dragon. They have an Etsy shop. And I basically just bought the blank and told them to do a mystery turn on it, and that's what they did for me. It's a little heavy, but it works well enough, or works not well enough, but like my hand's used to it. Swear to God. Up next we have this beautiful pen here. This one's from Enablers Outpost. Absolutely love Enablers Outpost pens. And this one was actually the pen that our Night Court November blank was inspired by. Stay. Up next, I have this beautiful tray from Bijou Bliss. This tray actually was the first Bijou Bliss tray I received. I did not purchase this one myself. My good friend Rax bought it for me for my birthday last year. Absolutely love it, and it goes perfectly with this kit. And I like that he got this color because this is not a color I generally would buy for myself, so I love it. Okay, up next we got our adhesives. So we have Strawberry Preserves Oh Snap Glue Dots. We got Bioluminescence Dot Dot Putty from Butterfly Effect Wares. And then of course we have Wee Wax. This is in the Midnight Pomegranate. This was a scent that was also a Night Court November scent, but I absolutely love it. And then of course the cover minder is from Diamond Art Club. It was one of the little freebies that they have in their toolkits. So let's get into this. It appears that I might lose my voice a little throughout this, so just bear with me. I woke up with a sore throat this morning, and I'm like, oh please, please, please don't let me get sick, because this week's kind of a chaotic week for us. My fiance started his first shift back at the lab today. So he's working evenings now over there, and so I'm basically like in charge of the kids. Which generally it would just be Sydney right now, but I'm actually babysitting, if you want to call it that. The boys are here right now. Their mom went to a concert out in Syracuse, and she had like literally nobody else for coverage, so I was like, yeah, it's fine, I can we'll take them tonight. So yeah, I did my first solo bedtime and stuff like that. But yeah, so I don't remember where I was going with that. Oh, my brain's already going to be doing this. Okay, so last week, so we had a very, 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 very grumpy baby last week, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I might have talked about it in my last WIP and chat, but I know I like said something about, or I'm pretty sure I was talking about how I thought it was a growth spurt. Turns out it was teething. I did not think about the fact that there's a second set of molars that comes in. And so earlier this week, I'm looking at her, and she's got the snotty nose, she's got drool running all down her chin and everything. And I'm like, oh crap, this is teething again. Well, I didn't think about that at first, so then my fiance was like, oh, do you think she's getting her second molars yet? And I'm like, oh god, no. So yeah, that was a discovery this week, and yeah, I'm like, what the heck? Because if you've been around for a while, you know that we have gone through it with teething with that little girl. Okay, I think I gotta go check on these boys. Hold on a second. Okay. Never mind. Okay, should be all good now. Yeah, they have lullaby music that plays while they sleep and stuff like that. And Zero, leave the cats alone. I know sometimes the app gets a little screwy and stuff like that. And when I was setting it up too, I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is not going to set up right. I know it's not. And sure enough, I was correct. So I had to go up there and get it back to the song that we have on repeat usually and fix it. So thankfully we're good now. Hopefully they go to sleep. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Sydney. So yeah, my fiance mentioned something like, oh yeah, it could be her teething. Her second molars might be coming in right now. And I'm like, oh crap, we gotta go through this again. So sure enough, like I'm sitting, the day he mentioned that too, I'm like sitting there with her going, trying to get her to open her mouth and like see if I can look in there and see if I could see anything coming in. That day she didn't do anything for me. I think that was like Sunday when I was trying to figure that out. And then Monday, she did actually, like, she stood there and looked up at me and just, like, opened her mouth wide open. So I'm sitting there, like, looking in there. I'm like, oh, yeah, those are, like, halfway through. So, yeah, lo and behold, my child's grumpiness was due to teething again. So here we go again, teething woes. But at least now we know why, and we can just, well, I mean, we're not really doing anything for it now because she's starting to come out of it a bit, but still, it was just a thing. But anyways, let's think back to last week. What happened last week? I think, like, majority of our stuff happened on Friday last week. I don't really think I did much on... Yeah, a lot of last week was basically just preparing for this week. Preparing for my fiance... Oh, no. What it was last week was a lot of stupid crap. So Wednesday was collaboration week for my fiance's work, which means he had to be in the office Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then on Wednesday, yeah, all that craziness happened Wednesday. So on Wednesday we went over to my in-laws' house for dinner, or we had plans to do that. And so my fiance left work a little early. I mean, it's not like he left work. He comes in and logs back in here and still continues to work from home the rest of the day. But he left work a little early because he needed to eat something because we were going over to my... Zero! Leave him be. Come here. Come here. Come here, Pupper. Come here. Stop harassing the kitty, okay? So yeah, we had plans to go to my in-laws for dinner, and Wednesdays are Drake's soccer nights as well. So we had to... we basically had a lot of chaos happening all at once because, like, basically we went over there, me and Sydney and Alex hung out there. Well, the plan, that was the initial plan. Me, Sydney, and Alex were supposed to just hang out there, and then my fiance was supposed to take Drake to his soccer practice, and then he'd come back, and then him and Drake would eat dinner together. But things got shifted around a little bit, but still. Anyways, he left a little work a little early so he could eat something because he was like, I'm not going to eat dinner till like 7, and by the time he got home, we'd be just turning around and going to my in-laws' house. So he decided to do that. So he came home a little early, and his boss noticed that he left and was like, why aren't you here? And so, like, my fiance explained the situation. He's like, oh, well, we're gonna have to have a talk about that tomorrow. And we're like, oh crap, what the hell? So like, it was kind of like a ridiculous situation, honestly, and it was a lot of unnecessary stress and everything like that. But apparently his boss didn't like the fact that he left at like 3 in the afternoon instead of staying like the extra 2 hours till 5. And then, like, my fiance was telling him, like, you know, I'm going to be working a second job starting next week. I cannot be in the office until 5 on these days because then I get home, like, spend an hour at home, and I'm sure, like, not even an hour. It'd be like, yeah. No, it would be an hour. You get home at like 5:30 and then have to turn around at 6:30 and leave for job 2. And, you know, like, he needs to be able to, like, spend some time with me and the baby and his kids and stuff like that. So yeah, So this is the part that really made me angry. His boss is like, well, we'll negotiate something. It's like, really, you have to negotiate to be home to get your kids off the bus, like, and apparently his other coworker also had to negotiate that too because, oh my god, hold on. Okay, I think we're all good now. Anyways. Okay, so what was I talking about? I think I was talking about the whole negotiation stuff with being able to be home to get kids off the bus and stuff from the work. So the thing that's really annoying about this position is that my fiance is being underpaid by at least 15 grand, at least. Because, like, he's been there for 4 years and he's barely gotten any raise, and he's like he does a lot of special projects for them and so much crazy, like, it's just ridiculous. So yeah, they don't treat him the best. And B, like, during 2020, they went straight work from home the whole time. And as things were starting to open up again, they were saying, oh no, we'll stay on the schedule that we're on. And then suddenly it shifted again to, oh, well, now we're going to do hybrid schedules. And it's like, okay, like, and he writes town codes. Like, he does not need to be in the office. He doesn't talk on a phone to his clients or anything like that. He literally just he does coding on town codes and then sends them off. Like, so he's got no client contact whatsoever. So yeah, they switched up from that to a hybrid schedule. And so that hybrid schedule was like, oh, you only have to be in the office like 1 day or 2 days a week, half days. And then switching again to 2 full days. And then they added this collaboration week crap. And it's just like, they keep piling on more and more stuff. And like, the sad thing is, my fiance gets paid more at his second job than he does at his first. And it's just insane. So yeah, it's annoying and frustrating, obviously, because, you know, we're doing our best right now. And job market's been terrible for me. But, like, I'm not giving up. But it's just a constant battle, and added this on top of it just added more frustration to it. So yeah, so he went in on Thursday, and talked to his boss, and so basically, like, he's either going to be doing one of two things. The first one would be Tuesday, Thursday in office, leaving at 3 or 3:30, one of those two. And then the second thing is he is in the office Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and he leaves at 2 instead. So we're still waiting to find out what his HR is going to say is okay, which is one thing I'm still dumb. Like, I don't know, just this company is wondering why people are dropping like flies. They're not paying attention to the things that they're doing. Like, they obviously, there's not much they can do because they are a child company or underneath another company, and that company is just going around buying up more and more and more companies instead of taking care of their employees. And so, like, it seems like every week there's another email going out saying, oh, this person left. And it's just, yeah. It's like, you gotta realize that you're not a great place to work if people are dropping like flies like this. And like the thing they bragged about beforehand was, oh, well, we're well known for having our employee, like, longevity with our employees and stuff like that. And it's like, well, guess what? You're not getting that longevity anymore. I'll take a sip. So yeah. So that was some annoyance and frustrations that we were dealing with last week, and a lot of stress that was not needed, because we were like, oh my god, are you gonna get fired? Like, what's gonna happen? And like, obviously he wasn't gonna get fired because he does the work of like 10 people. So, but still, it's just it was a lot of stress that was not needed at that time. And like, I was already stressed because, you know, Sydney was struggling, and my graduation was on Friday, and just like, there's just so much piling up, and I'm like, oh my god, too much. So, yeah. I'll jump back to Wednesday, though, because I did pop a little into Thursday with the meeting with his boss. So Wednesday was, so we had Drake's soccer practice, and then we also went over to my in-laws for dinner / celebrate all the May birthdays. So Alex and his cousin Eli, as well as his cousin Maddox, and my father-in-law, like, all of their birthdays are in May. Alex and my father-in-law's birthday is actually on the same day, because Alex's birthday is on the same day as my father-in-law's, and Drake's birthday is on the same day as my mother-in-law's. So, yeah. Excuse me. So we went over there for the celebrations and stuff, and then, like I was mentioned before, like, we had Drake's soccer practice to worry about too, so the plan was, like, me, Alex, and Sydney were gonna just chill with the family and stuff like that while my fiance took Drake to a soccer game. But what ended up happening was Mel offered, the boy's mom offered to take Drake, and so that, like, she's like, what would make your evening easier? And we're like, well, if you can just take Drake to a soccer practice, then that would be awesome, because then we don't have to worry about, like, shuffling and stuff like that. And plus, you know, the house gets crazy when all those kids are there, and having the extra adult set of eyes are definitely useful. I mean, granted, there was a bunch of us there. It was our normal gang and stuff like that. But yeah, it was just having that extra adult set of eyes to keep track of everybody and stuff. And poor Eli, he kept getting hurt, so having the extra manpower for that helped out a lot too. So yeah. That's what ended up happening. So Drake went to the soccer practice with his mom, and the rest of us hung out and did dinner and stuff. And then when Drake came, we gave him dinner and everything. And then, of course, you know, the birthday boys all opened presents, and there was, like, a belated birthday present for Sydney there as well. She got a cute little pair of pink shoes, which works perfectly because they're going to match her dress for our wedding absolutely amazingly. Because I was like, oh gosh, what are we going to do for shoes for this? But then they were handed to us. So yeah. Yeah, and then Drake had his dinner when he got back, and we hung out for just a little bit longer until basically Sydney was just toast and couldn't do it anymore. And then we came home and did bedtime routines and stuff. It's funny on those nights too, because, like, my fiance and I, we just, like, start right in. Like, this is where we really prove that we're a great team together, because I instantly go in and start getting Sydney ready for bed. And then he starts in with the boys, because, you know, we were at home in time for boy bedtime as well as Sydney's bedtime. So yeah, we jumped to it, got everybody going, got everybody in bed, and then finally got to sit and relax. And then, so yeah, that was Wednesday, and then Thursday rolls around, and, you know, we'd been talking with my in-laws as well about, like, you know, Sydney being a grump and stuff like that. And, like, I will admit, Jonesy, stop blocking the air conditioner, you jerk. Orange cat energy, I swear, it's coming in hard today. So, okay, he moved past it now. Yeah, we had to put our air conditioners in today. But once again, I'll get to that. So yeah, I was stressing about my graduation because Sydney had been in a nightmare mood all week. And then we had everything all set, basically, because what was going to happen was my mother-in-law offered to drive me up early because I had to be there an hour before the ceremony. And so, I mean, she works on campus, so she basically was like, yeah, I'll just go sit in my office for an hour. So I did. That's what happened. Yeah, we'll get there. So yeah, she offered to drive me up early, and then the plan was my mom was going to come here, and then her, my fiance, and Sydney, of course, would all carpool out. So we were talking to my in-laws about the fact that Sydney was really grumpy and stuff like that, because, like, at that point it was, like, for an unknown reason. We didn't know why she was grumpy yet. And so, like, it was offered that Sydney stay, like, that my father-in-law would stay with, oh, wait. Hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. So, also on top of that, turns out that Drake's chorus was singing at a local baseball game as well on Friday night, and it was just like, whoa, okay. So once again, his mom offered to take him, which was awesome. And so we had it arranged so that way the boys, like, at first we had it arranged so that my father-in-law would be getting the boys off the bus and then taking them over to his house, and then he just watched them during the graduation ceremony. But that plan shifted because of this concert, so what we ended up doing was Drake got off the bus at his mom's, or both the boys, Alex and Drake, got off the bus at their mom's house, and then okay, just making sure that wasn't my fiance texting me. This person's struggling. It's more of this in here. Looks like I'm almost down a container of this, what was it, $9.39? Yeah, $9.39. Yeah, so the boys ended up getting off the bus at her house, so that freed up my father-in-law, and so everybody's like, oh, well, do we want to keep Sydney with, or him instead of bringing her and stuff? And I'm like, I'm stressing because I'm trying to do what's right for everybody and not just what's right for myself in this regard, but I don't know, the selfish side of me really wanted Sydney there because, you know, even though she's not going to remember it, I wanted her there when I walked the stage and for my bachelor's degree. But at the same time, I was like, but she's possibly going to be an absolute nightmare for you guys with the grumpiness that we're dealing with. But thankfully, so yeah, anyways, she was fine. But yeah, so I was like, I got overwhelmed with the decision because I was already running on fumes by that point of the week anyways, because I already had 3 days and one of those days till 5, so I had one day of me getting the boys off the bus as well as managing a teething baby. And I was like, I'm shot for the week. So I got very overwhelmed suddenly with all the choices to make and everything like that, and finally we just decided, like, no, we'll continue to bring Sydney as planned, and yeah, so yeah, that's what we did. So yeah, that was my Thursday, basically just working through all that, plus the fact, you know, my fiance had to stay till 5 on Thursday, which was absolutely annoying because, you know, the boys get off the bus they get off the bus around 4, so I was home alone with Sydney all day, and then I had to do homework with the boys, and then I had to do, and dealing with that, well, monitoring the baby and stuff, and just, it was a lot. But I made it through. I'm not used to not having help is the thing, so... I'm going to be scooting some drills over, I think. Or no, maybe I'll just dive in with the next. Using like one of the really big Art Dot storage containers because this is from my, what was it, 420, 460, something like that, containers. So the thing is like huge. Okay. Did I get? No, that's fine. I think it feels, I'm sorry if it's crooked. Hopefully it's not, but hopefully I'm just losing my mind a bit. I think I am losing my mind, guys. Very slowly but surely. So yeah, Thursday was mostly just like chaos, trying to make sure we were all ready for the next day. So yeah, Friday rolls around, get boys on the bus like normal, and then we get, so yeah, I had to be out there, so the graduation ceremony started at 2 on Friday, so I had to be out there about 1. So my mother-in-law swung by and grabbed me, and she's such a sweetheart too. She made sure to tell me exactly where I needed to go in the building. Like, that's one thing I have bad anxiety over, if I'm going somewhere I don't know. And so I was kind of stressing about trying to figure out where I had to go and everything like that, but she literally told me, she's like, okay, you're going to walk in the door and you're going to take a left. And I'm like, okay, that's easy enough. I'm just here, I don't know. So yeah, sure enough, I walked on the door, took a left, and I walked on the door and there was a sign that said undergraduates that way. So I was like, okay, I'll follow this. And then I got in there and I immediately found my friend who I was graduating with, my friend Tori. And so I ran right over to her and gave her a big hug. And I'm like, yay, we did it. And like, we're talking about how excited we were and stuff like that. And then we had to fill out these cards because like the way that my college did it, they don't do, they didn't read off like everybody's individual degrees, which I mean, it does make it go faster. Like they aim to have it done within like the ceremony done within 2 hours. And I think they did it in less time than that. But yeah, we had a card to fill out with our name, and then underneath it was like, okay, do like a phonetic spelling of your name for the announcers and stuff like that. And so like we're like my friend Tori too, she has like a very difficult last name, and so she was kind of stressing about it. Like her and my friend Nicole too. Like, my friend Nicole, her last name was a simple one, and she's like, they're gonna mess it up. And the best part is like all the stress happened, and then like when we got up to the stage, they like said our names to us, or I'm guessing probably what happened on the other side was they probably asked her the proper way to say the name and stuff like that. But yeah, we do the processional in, and during that I'm like trying so hard not to cry. I'm not gonna lie, like I almost started like bawling my eyes out. So we're walking through, and all the parents yelling and screaming, and like I saw my group very quickly. They were like right at the entrance, so I was like, okay, cool. So yeah, it was my mom, my mother-in-law, my fiance, and my daughter, of course. So yeah, we did our processional in, and then they had the typical the speeches from the higher ups of the college and stuff like that. And I guess I didn't realize it when I was going in, but with me graduating in 2024, it kind of was a lot like the speeches from the higher ups were about 2020, of course, because like most of the kids that were sitting around me, they didn't actually have a proper high school graduation. And like sure enough, like my friend Reagan, he was saying like he didn't have. Okay. Just making sure. Like he didn't have like a proper graduation, like his school had to break it up and stuff like that. Sorry, my fiance is texting me. That's ironic. Is familiar. And the fun thing with us going back and forth between those job time and time again, like we interact with people that have just kind of stayed there. So yeah. The speeches were all about like, oh, you guys overcame 2020 and all that stuff. And I don't know, for me it was kind of just like, yeah, but I'm not coming out of high school. Like I'm just, although she did do a little plug to the adults who came back as well, our provost. And then they had a speech by one of the guys who got his master's, and then they started the stage walking for degrees. So they started with the master's degrees, which there were actually a good handful of them. And then we also kind of were laughing because there's myself who's considering master's program, and also my friend Reagan is considering the master's program as well. They wear different cap and gown than the ones that we were wearing because we had the school color green, the green of the school color. I don't know why I said it that way, but the master's students had, or master's graduates had. Let's do this one. Get out of the way. They had black ones, so we're like, I leaned over to him. I'm like, well, I guess you can't reuse this gown when you graduate for your master's. But yeah, so everybody did their walk up there, and then they got to the giant crowd of us undergrads, and they were moving pretty quick, although we kind of had to laugh because there was the side that I was on where we actually had the provost of the college, we had the dean of the college. We had the main person in charge of the college, basically. And then I think the provost was on the other side. And on our side, the dean's just like handshake and basically like chucking people off the stage. She's like, no, go. She's like, oh, good, congratulations. Okay, now go. And on the other side, the guy was actually like posing with all of them. And so we're sitting there like, dang, we got gypped. We chose the wrong side to sit on. So, but yeah, we got through, and of course, you know, where we ended up in the row, because it was kind of like you get to sit wherever, just like we got in single file, just like in kindergarten, and then wherever we ended up was where we were when we were going up on stage. And so we were like all the way at the back. So we got up to our turn and stuff, and, you know, did the thing, walked across the stage, made my mom cry, all the 9 yards, and walked off with well, I mean, you know, they only give you like the little folders there for your degrees, and then my degree thankfully was sitting at home, so as soon as I got home I threw it in. So it's now safe in a thing, and the next step is I'm gonna get it framed and have it hung up somewhere in the house. So yeah, I did it. I did my graduation. Oh, nice. Probably should tell him I'm recording my WIP in chat. So yeah, got through the graduation ceremony, like got everybody up on stage, everybody shook hands, we moved along, and then we did the processional out and everything like that, and then it was just like mad chaos after that, because like everybody's trying to find their loved ones, and there's like hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of people, and like the sky, it was looking like it was about to open up at any second. So finally found my family, although they lost my mother-in-law at some point, which was hilarious. Like, this is like, wait, where'd she go? Yeah, my fiance said he turned around and she was gone. So yeah, but I found my little core there, and then as we found each other, like the rain was starting to come down. We're like, okay, well, I'm like, I want to try to find my 2 teachers who I know are here and say hi to them, and then after that we can head out. So that ended up turning into, I found one of the teachers and stuff like that, and then of course, you know, like he asked me like, oh, are you coming back for masters and stuff, and I'm like, well, yeah, it's definitely thinking about it. And I know he's like, this particular professor is one of the ones who decides on who gets into the program and stuff. And like he flat out told me like, hey, when you do, let me know, I'll write you a letter of recommendation. I'm like, oh, cool. So that's awesome. I mean, I think I've had like 5 of my teachers offer to write me a letter of recommendations. I only need 3, so I think I'm good there. So yeah, I found him, and then in the meantime we kind of just like chilled and waited for my fiance to bring the car around, and meanwhile I'm like looking around trying to find my other professor. I think she dipped though, like I think she like made a quick appearance and then dipped out, which I wouldn't blame her. It was raining and icky. So yeah, then we were waiting for a little bit longer than anticipated, because apparently the lot that my fiance was parked in, they were like at a standstill in traffic. I'm gonna tell him. I'm recording my WIP in chat right now. Okay. Making sure he doesn't think I'm just ignoring him. So yeah, finally he's like pulling the car up. I'm like, oh, look, there he is. My mom's like, no, that's not your car. It's not the right color. And I'm like, no, that's definitely my car. She's like, oh, I thought it was a different color blue. I'm like, no, that's the color. It was pretty funny. Like, I know my own car. So yeah, we rushed out, jumped in the car in like a downpour, and then we headed home. And of course, you know, traffic was rough because, you know, a bunch of people were leaving at the exact same time, so we had to kind of just go through and yeah, just kind of had to wait our turn, and you know how it goes with traffic. So you get home, and you know, mom comes in and like just or she came in because my dress that we got for my wedding, it arrived, I think literally the same day. So she brought that out for me to try on to make sure I fit in it. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll go try this on right now. And the good news is the dress did fit perfectly. So that is all set for our wedding. So yay. And then, my mom was just hanging out while we were chatting a bit and stuff and getting ourselves situated. And Sydney was kind of just roaming around doing her thing. And then we're standing there, and then all of a sudden it gets dark. And I go, oh, are you friggin' kidding me? We lost power. And I'm like, it's only raining out. Like, how are we losing power right now? We didn't have any wind or anything like that. But turns out somebody on the Facebook page for our road, they said that their daughter saw that there was a tree down by the high school near us. And our power lines are kind of attached to that grid. So unfortunately, our power was down as well. So that was annoying. And I'm like, well, that kind of just like ruins my night now because I wanted to come home and just relax and diamond paint. And now I can't do that. So yeah, like right after that happened, my mom took off to head home and stuff like that. And then we're like, just kind of like sitting there in the dark, like, okay, what do we do now? Like, how are we going to feed Sydney? How are we going to, like, what are we going to do about getting her down for bed and all that stuff? Because, it was almost her bedtime. So finally we're like, okay. So at first my fiance tried to make the oatmeal that we usually give her on the stove. That did not end up working well, unfortunately. It was kind of just like slop by that moment. And then, so we're like, okay, what do we do? I'm like, why don't you just make her a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and she can have that for dinner. That's fine. She had like chicken nuggets for lunch, so she had some protein at least during the day. Well, and there's protein in peanut butter. So yeah, we gave her peanut butter and jelly for dinner and got her in bed. And I think maybe like, oh yeah, and then after that my fiance went out to get our food because it was a special night for me. We didn't have the boys home, so we got Red Robin for dinner. It was originally going to be Chinese, but then I was like, I don't know, I'm really craving a burger right now. Like, I really need a burger. So that's what we did. Okay. There's a puppy under my desk. So yeah, so he went out and got food, and I got Sydney down, and she like fell straight to sleep, thankfully, because I'm guessing the day wore her out, because it was a lot of stimulation for her, and she skipped her nap for it and all that stuff. So she zonked right on out, which was good because I was like, okay, I don't know if she's gonna be able to sleep without our noise machine, but sure enough, she did. And the nice thing about that noise machine, well, it was annoying when it was in our room, but it's nice now, is that when the power comes back on, it just automatically turns on. So we didn't have to worry about like sneaking in her room at night to turn that on. So yeah, so we got our dinner, ate in darkness, and then we got a text from my mother-in-law being like, hey, are you guys home? And I'm like, and I was responding, yeah. And then she like sent another text being like, the boy's mom is texting you right now, or texting because she's trying to get in touch with you. The game got rained out. I was like, oh crap. I'm like, sorry, we lost, or I didn't say sorry, but I was like, yeah, we lost power. So my fiance didn't have signal because we live by a lake. We don't have very good signal out here, so we kind of rely on our Wi-Fi for all of that. And she was like, oh, that's fun. I'm like, yeah, I just wanted to come home and relax, and I couldn't. But yeah, so yeah, then my fiance called her back and stuff like that, met up with it, and then or texted her back and stuff, and then he had to rush out and meet up with her to get the boys, because like they were meeting up at a spot because she was going out to stay at her boyfriend's, and it was just easier that way. So yeah, that was, I'm glad that didn't completely fall down on the dog. So So yeah, that was the chaos of the graduation and all the rain and stuff, but hey, I did it. I walked my stage, and I mean, I've had my diploma for a little bit, so that part was a little anticlimactic, but hey, the rest of it was awesome. So yeah, that's one bachelor's degree, check. Cum laude. Oh, my mouth is so dry right now. Okay. So yeah, that was my Friday. Oh yeah, never mind. I'm not done with Friday yet. So yeah, we're sitting there waiting for this power to come back on, right? And the estimation's at 8 p.m. and we're like, oh, please don't actually take it all the way to the estimation. It did, or no, it took it to maybe 10 minutes before. So yeah, it was kind of funny too, because it worked out perfectly, because my fiance walked in the door with the boys. They kind of sat down for a second, told us about their afternoon, and then the power comes back on and we're like, oh, thank goodness. So that actually ended up working out nicely, because I was so worried that we were going to be dealing with boys being like, I'm bored. It's like, yeah, I know, there's not much we can do about that right now. So yeah, ended up working out. Power came back on, all was good. Once power was back on, I turned the monitor on as quickly as possible so I could make sure that she had slept through and everything, and she did. She didn't move an inch, which was nice. What's that? I have no idea what that is. Something reflecting in her monitor here, but okay. So yeah, so yeah, that was the rest of the night there. We kind of just relaxed. We finally got the chance to relax. I don't think I think I just did a little bit of diamond painting maybe, or no, maybe I just played a video game instead. I was so worn out. Yeah, I just wanted to nap by the time I got home, because I was just so exhausted from all the peopling and stuff like that. So yeah, that was Friday, and then Saturday we were like, you know what, we are doing nothing today. We are just going to relax. And it ended up being an absolutely beautiful day on Saturday, so we made the kids go outside and play. And yes, I say made because Alex was like, I don't want to stay in. And we're like, no, you're going outside to play. This is your best chance to do this today. So they ended up going outside and playing outside for a good 5 hours or something. It was glorious. So yeah, they were out there having a great time. There was one point where Drake skidded his knee a little bit on the scooter, but they're boys. He's fine. Came in, slapped a Band-Aid on, well, cleaned it, then slapped a Band-Aid on it and sent him back out. But yeah, they played outside all day. I kind of just relaxed and diamond painted during the day, and then I kind of Saturday was a break for me, honestly, because it was the first day that I actually had a decent amount of, well, I guess Friday was kind of a break, but not really, because, I was socializing, but, I didn't have to chase Sydney around, and then Saturday was kind of the same. I didn't have to worry, my fiance took on a lot with her on Saturday, so I can just relax and do my thing and stuff like that. So yeah, Saturday was very relaxing, and then, so did anything happen? Oh yeah, and then Saturday night, so we're getting towards the end of the month, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm not going to get a dragon finish for this month, so I busted out Ember the Sky Dragon by my good friend Pixie Sticks, and I was saving him, because I was like, okay, this is going to be the dragon that I throw in randomly when I don't have time to do another one. So sure enough, that time came this month. And so I decided to decided to use that to my advantage, since it was such a small kit and I didn't have to kit it up and stuff like that. And so I've been wanting to play more Star Rail, but I've also been wanting to get my diamond paintings done. So it's kind of been that struggle. So oh, it's my pen. I was like, what is that in the camera? So yeah, I ended up, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I ended up bringing it over to my computer desk, and like I just did color by color, and I did that while I was doing cutscenes in Star Rail. So I was playing a game and diamond painting at the same time. It works out too because like a lot of those quests are very dialogue heavy, so you just kind of just sit there, and sometimes you have to click a prompt to choose what to say and stuff like that. But yeah, so I powered through a bunch of quests there. I got through like all the character quests that I needed to catch up on, and then I continued on the Trailblazer quests because I needed to get to the next area because like two of my characters need stuff from that area to level up and everything like that. So I was getting annoyed that I needed to get myself there. So I got myself there while working on Ember. Started him on Saturday, finished him on Sunday. Like, it went so fast. And I got my dragon done for the month. So, yay. I have to post a picture on socials, or on Instagram still for him. But I absolutely love Ember. I still want to make him my channel mascot. But yeah, so I busted that out real quick while I was playing my game. That's basically what I did, like, Saturday night and Sunday night. Just diamond painted and played video games, which, I mean, this weekend was definitely needed for this relaxation because I knew this week was going to be hectic, but I didn't know quite how hectic it would be. So yeah. Oh, nope, I got some down here too. So, there is a potential we might go over an hour, we'll see. Hopefully not. So, let's see, that was Sunday, and then yeah, I'm filming on Tuesday, so Monday, we started, or yesterday, Monday, was my fiance's orientation at his second job. So I was home alone with Sydney from 8 till 4. Well, 8 till like 5 actually, because he had to stop and get groceries, because, yeah, we just, playing it smart, we need to get groceries. So yeah, he went and did his orientation and stuff, and made sure to tell his boss, like, yeah, I'm not going to be at work on Monday because I have to do an orientation for a second job because you don't pay me enough, you know? But yeah, so he did that, and I stayed home with Sydney all day, and she wasn't too bad yesterday. Like, each day she's slowly improving. Each day she's slowly getting a little bit better with her teething and stuff like that, so... And like I said, when I saw her teeth yesterday, they're already most of the way pushed through. So just waiting that last little tiny bit, and then she'll finally chill out a bit. But yeah, so yeah, not really much to say about that. I was just taking care of her all day and stuff. Oh yeah, and then fiance gets home, and he has a text from from the boy's mom saying, like, so yeah, she had this concert that she was going to, and I know she initially asked us if we could take the boys, and we're like, well, it's his first week at first day at the lab, so if you can find other arrangements, that would be best. And so she tried, and apparently her parents like flat out refused to take the boys and stuff like that. And so yesterday she texted being like, okay, no, she called. She's like, I literally have no other options. And so he asked me, and I was like, well, I'm like, what time is it going to be? And so she was like, oh, it'll be she dropped him off at 6. And, you know, of course it's overnight because they're they're over at a concert, so it's overnight. So, so yeah, I was like, well, 6 is when Sydney's going down for bed anyways, so that's fine. I should be able to handle that. So yeah, sure enough. So yeah, we said yes, and boys got here after, well, it was a little bit after 6, but it was kind of funny too, because it looks like their mom had a good talk with them to make sure that they behaved for me tonight. And so she's like, yeah, you're gonna make sure to do this and that. And so when they first came, they had to get their homework done still, because they had Lego club at their school, so they didn't get picked up till later. So we got through homework without any problems. Like, the boys just went and they just did their thing. They went bam, 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 done, homework's done, started playing games and stuff, and You know, I was diamond painting the whole time and just having conversation with them. And yeah, it was actually a relatively chill night. Like, these boys are pretty good. And I know Alex gets concerned about me getting stressed out because he knows how easily I get stressed out. And it's so sweet that he is concerned, but it's like, you don't need to worry about taking care of me though. Like, I got it. I'm fine. So yeah. And then, of course, you know, you guys know the bedtime struggles that I was dealing with at the start of this, with the stupid music. But I think I'm going to guess that's all squared away considering I haven't heard anything from upstairs. So I'm going to say this was a success and a great trial run for next week. So yeah. And then, of course, today my fiance was in the office all day as well. Well, until 3 today, because that's what they're doing right now. So I was able to, oh yeah, and it was like 80 degrees today. So we went from like 50 and then slowly climbed up to 60, and now it just like skyrocketed to 80, and we're like, oh crap. So we rushed to get air conditioners in the windows in like the couple hours between job 1 and job 2 for my poor fiance. But we got the air conditioner up in the boys' room, and then we got the air conditioner put in down here, which I'm sure you guys can hear the low rumbling whir of that. But yeah, we're trying out a new air conditioner for the downstairs area, because the one we had before, it was powerful, but the thing was so freaking loud. This one's much quieter, but it doesn't feel like it's got the oomph of the other one. So we'll see how it continues to go. Curious to see how it does tonight, because we have another 80-degree day tomorrow, and it's supposed to be that plus storming. So we're like, okay, well, let's make sure I get this stuff in. So if we keep it running tonight, I'm gonna guess it's probably gonna cool off a bit better, because by the time we put it in, like, the sun was blaring on our living room. So it was like, okay, well, we're just reheating the living room again with the sun. Okay. Whew. But we did it. We made it through. I'm gonna take a sip real quick. Oh yeah, and then for those who might be wondering, a little update on Zero. He is doing absolutely fantastic. We are officially transitioned over to him sleeping up in our room with us. We're still working on the morning bathroom situation, because right now what's happening is, like, one of us will take him out first thing in the morning. Well, generally my fiance takes him out first thing in the morning, and then he goes pee, but he doesn't go poop, and then, like, it's either he has to wait for me to take him out second to go poop, or he does it on the floor. So we're still kind of like working through those logistics with him, just like training it out of him to poop on the floor and stuff like that. I mean, he is getting better. He does whimper at us to let us know he does need to go to the bathroom, but he needs to be do a little bit more than that sometimes. But yeah, we're getting there though. It's an easy transition, and it's nice to have him sleeping in the bed with us. I actually have been really enjoying it. He's a very good cuddler and very cute. But I'm glad that we are officially transitioned completely out of the bathroom though. I think it's better for him, and it's better for us as well, because like we can enjoy the dog that we adopted, and he can be with his people and stuff. The cats are not happy about it, that's for sure, but we're happy about it. But it's nice having our little snuggle buns in bed with us and stuff. Speaking of which, he's currently under my desk, zonked out like a good little boy. Yeah, I will say him getting fixed has definitely mellowed him out so much. Like, it's kind of crazy how much it's mellowed him out. Now we just got to get him to stop chasing the cats around, and we'll be fine. He just thinks they're little puppies that want to play with him, but they're not little puppies. They're geriatric old men who don't want to do anything with them. So yeah, so he's doing good. And I already talked to you about Sydney with her teething and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just, now that graduation's over, now we're going to focus solely on the wedding, which we do need to do a minor thing for because I ordered a wedding band. It got here and it is unfortunately too small. And I'm sure you guys noticed I don't have my engagement ring on anymore. So my fingers have swollen so much since I got the ring in the first place. And so like I literally had to pry it off my hands. Like this, my finger was like all red and everything when I did it. And so like I'm not able to wear my engagement ring anymore, which is kind of a bummer. But you boof in your sleep or something, or am I just hearing things? So that part is unfortunate, but I figured I was going to replace it with the wedding band anyways, and then the wedding band ended up being too small as well, so we're going to have to decide what to do, whether we're going to do like a rush order or what, but we just gotta figure it out. And soon, because we only have a couple more weeks. Crazy, I'm getting married in a couple weeks. I'm so excited. But yeah. But dress is all set. Shoes are all set because I have had them prior to getting the dress because the dress actually matches perfectly. Just need to figure out what I'm going to do with my nails and decide what necklace I want to wear. I already know, like, I have a specific Zox bracelet I'm going to wear because it is one that's very symbolic of my dad. So I kind of want to wear that to have his spirit there as well. And then, well, I mean, his spirit's going to be there anyways, but, you know, just another little reminder. But we got the location set. Oh, crap. Gotta remind him to text his sister. We just gotta set the time. We gotta set the menu. But, yeah, things are coming together pretty quickly, which is awesome. And I'm very excited to marry my best friend. So, yeah. That's been my week. Yeah, we're gonna go slightly over an hour as I do my outro. I'm sorry, but I had a lot to talk about, apparently. Didn't feel like it, but I did. So, what's coming up this week? Oh, I didn't plan out which unboxing I'm gonna do. Oh, I know what unboxing I'm gonna do. It's okay. So, where are we at? Today's Tuesday. Oh. I'm supposed to post a TikTok today as well, apparently. So yeah, obviously WIP and chat. So on Thursday, of course, I'm going to be posting a TikTok to Jada Gem Shop's TikTok, just in case you missed it in my last videos or this is your first video you're watching. I am also the videographer for the Jada Gem Shop official TikTok account. So I have been making posts over there. I just finished Read a Book by Mari945. And I just kept up The Painter by Mage on Duty. So I'm very excited about that. I love my ACOTAR fan art. And then Friday, we got Finish Friday. We're going to be looking at Goddess of Healing Waters. I know that one's kind of a shorter one, just because I didn't really have that much to talk about with that one, I don't feel like. But yeah, so that one's going to be a little bit shorter. Is that you under there? It probably is. Okay. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing Finish Friday for that. And then on Monday, you can expect an unboxing of a Diamond Art Club canvas. We have, it's like Waterfall Sunset by Dakota Dayweiler. That one's got a special little meaning with it because my good friend Hannah over at Sparkling Spectrumite, sorry Hannah, she was an amazing generous person, and like she purchased that canvas for me, and I'm so appreciative of that. Like I can't even begin to say how appreciative I am. So yeah, I will be unboxing that one, and I'm hoping to work on it sometime over the summer because I fell in love with it. It's a landscape I fell in love with. Like, that doesn't happen very often. So yeah, I'm probably going to push that in during the summer. I thought about waiting for the enhancement pack from DP with Sparklers, but I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to do this one as is. So yeah, that's what you can look forward to this week. We'll see if I end up posting. Well, I might. I have some fairy dust here I can place that I can turn into a TikTok. And I'm already set up over here, so why not? Why not? So yeah. See, making decisions on the fly. So yeah, there we go. That should be it for this video. And yeah, I'm keeping you just over an hour, but that's okay. It was a crazy week, and I mean, I did some amazing things, and just the weeks to come will continue to be more of the same. So yeah, throw me a comment. Let me know how you guys are doing. I love hearing from you. Let me know what you're working on during our little whip and chat, if you're working on anything, or maybe you're just doing errands or something. Who knows? But yeah, just throw me a comment. Let me know how things are going. And yeah, make sure you like this video. And then if you're not already subscribed here and you like diamond painting content, go ahead and hit that little subscribe button down there. I am almost to 1,000 subs, guys. We're getting there. I'm just under 150 left to go. So tell your friends, tell them to sub to Dragon Wing Diamonds. I'm so excited. So yeah, and if you aren't subbed already, just go ahead and hit that button. And yeah, and make sure you hit that bell to be notified when I post new videos. Generally, unboxings will happen on Mondays. Whip and chats will happen on Wednesdays, and then Fridays will be kind of more of a little mix and match. Right now it's going to be mostly Finish Fridays, but once I get the chance, it'll be small shop hauls as well, and other random videos I decide to throw in there. And yeah, that should be it. So I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.